Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. If you enjoy stories that twist your emotions and leave you stunned, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another one. Here's how this one goes, told from the viewpoint of someone who realizes far too late that they became the architect of their own heartbreak. I never expected to become the source of someone else's pain. Yet here I am, lying in a silent apartment that feels more like an echo chamber of my mistakes than a home. I keep replaying everything that led up to the moment he walked out of my life, and the truth is simple: I earned every ounce of this misery. Every sleepless night, every tear, it all stems from the choices I made. His name was Ryan, and he was the kind of man people don't meet often. Gentle, patient, sincere in ways that seem outdated in this world. He remembered tiny details: how I always spilled something, how my mom liked her birthday messages early in the morning, how I hated loud arguments. He never raised his voice at me, not even the time I pretended I was sick to avoid admitting I forgot our anniversary. He just kissed my forehead and brought me soup. We met on the first day of college. He joked about how terrible the cafeteria coffee was, and I laughed harder than the joke deserved. Before we even realized it, we were inseparable. People teased us about being too perfect, and for a long time we really were. But somewhere, something in me shifted. Not because of him, never because of him. I changed. After a promotion at work, I suddenly found myself surrounded by people who carried fame, power, influence. I wore sharper clothes, bold colors, heels that hurt but made me feel taller in more ways than one. For the first time, strangers looked at me with interest. Attention became a drug, and I kept going back for more. Then Marcus appeared. A senior executive, older, magnetic, the kind of man who turned every conversation into an inside secret. He didn't win me over with kindness like Ryan had. He won me over with adrenaline, with temptation, with a sense of danger that I mistook for excitement. I should have shut it down the first time he brushed my hand during after-work drinks. I should have confessed. I should have transferred teams. There were 100 ways to stop what was coming. But I chose none of them. It started small: drinks, flirting, excuses. Then came the kiss, then the lies. One lie became 5, 5 became 20. I crafted stories, invented plans, put my phone on silent, and smiled in Ryan's face while sneaking around behind his back. Every time Marcus touched me, a flash of guilt would stab through me. Ryan's face, Ryan's eyes, but I kept going. I kept telling myself I would end it soon. I never did. When Ryan found out, he didn't yell or break anything. He didn't accuse me. He didn't even look angry. He came home one evening, set my phone on the table, and let the message on the screen speak for itself. I don't remember what the message said, something about missing me, maybe a time and room number, but none of that mattered. The look in his eyes did. He asked me one question: how long? And I couldn't answer. My throat closed, my lies finally caught up with me, and all I had was silence. His silence was worse. He packed a bag, calm and steady, while I begged him not to go, repeating useless words like, "It didn't mean anything," and "I made a mistake." He stopped, looked right at me, and said quietly, "Once is a mistake. You made this a choice." Then he left. And just like that, the life we built fell apart. The shared breakfasts, the dumb inside jokes, the little rituals nobody else understood. He was gone. Marcus disappeared a week later. No explanation, no closure. I was no longer exciting, no longer a secret worth keeping. I was just another name in his phone. I tried reaching out to Ryan, but he never replied. I sent heartfelt messages, tried calling, even went to his sister's house once. Nothing. He vanished from my life completely. A mutual friend later told me he moved far away, started fresh, adopted a dog, and found a new job. It stung, not because he moved on, but because he was rebuilding a life I shattered, and he was doing it without looking back. It's been almost a year. I still check his profile sometimes, even though I'm blocked. I scroll through old photos like they're evidence of a life I abandoned. I've tried dating again, but everyone feels empty in comparison. I used to roll my eyes at the saying, "You don't realize what you have until it's gone." Now it rings in my mind every night like a punishment. If I could rewind time, I'd tell him everything the moment I felt myself drifting. I'd shut down the spark Marcus created and remind myself of the real love I already had. Ryan was the kind of person who would stand in the rain to help a stranger. Who took my father to the hospital that night I could barely lift my head. Who memorized my coffee down to the smallest detail. And I crushed him. People ask if I regret it. Yes, more deeply than I can express. Not just because I lost him, but because I betrayed a man who gave me his whole heart. I ruined his trust in love itself. I became the reason he questioned everything he believed about loyalty and partnership. No apology will ever fix that. This is my consequence. Not the loneliness, not the emptiness of this apartment, but the knowledge that somewhere out there is a man who loved me without conditions, and I broke him. And the truth I struggle with most? I don't know if I'll ever forgive myself for it. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers.